Hey everybody, Paul Ingram here. It is video 3 in our Collie introductory series, and today we're taking a look at some basic movements on the knife. Make sure you've got a training knife, something that is not sharp. If you don't have a cool training knife like mine, go in the kitchen, grab a spoon. That will work perfect for today's training. When it comes to our knife, there's two main tactics that I want to make sure we cover right out of the gate, and you should definitely have a good handle on these, which is our slashing or cuts and our thrusts. So let's go over some of the basics right now. Now on our cuts, the first thing is we have our forehand, just like we did on the long weapons, which is our downward diagonal or angle 1, followed by our angle 2, which is the backhand downward diagonal. Now I also want to give you the vertical strike or the vertical cut on the knife here. Of course, this can all be applied to the long weapon, to the stick, to the bolo, the same way. So from here we have our angle 1, our angle 2, and then our vertical cut right there. So 1, 2, and 3 for the vertical now. 1, 2, 3. Now if we stop the knife at our hip, this gives us our 3 thrusts, and this is from the forward grip here. We can come into the center line thrust, then we have our backhand thrust, and then we have our forehand thrust, just like this. And then we're going to recover that with a recovery slash. Brings it back around. We have our cuts up on top, and then our thrusts on the bottom, because we're on the forward grip or the sock grip, also sometimes known as the hammer grip or saber grip, depending on how you want to grab your knife. So let's take a look at that again. We have our cuts from the top position and our thrusts from the bottom position. Okay, cuts are up on top, thrusts come from the bottom. And again, that's on the forward grip right there. Now, the way I prefer to grip the knife is using a saber grip here, where the thumb comes out on the either on the back spine of the knife or on the corner of the knife. Some people prefer a hammer grip. I'm not going to be picky about it. Whatever you want to do, however you want to grip your knife, whatever you like, whatever method you like. Okay, but that's just how we teach it. So once we have the forward grip down, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 thrusts. Now we can flip the knife over. We're going to cap the knife with the thumb this time, and we can work on what's called the pical grip or the reverse grip. Now you're going to notice I have the blade edge on the inside here. You can also turn it over and have the blade edge on the outside. They both have their own purposes, but play around with it and see what you like for now. Now everything's going to flip-flop though. On the forward grip, our cuts were on top, but now on the reverse grip, our thrusts are on top, and we have the downward diagonal angle 1, the backhand diagonal angle 2, and then that vertical thrust right there as well. So again, we have our 1, 2, 3. Now we could also come up on the cuts, just like we did the thrust from the forward grip. That becomes our slashes, our cuts on the reverse grip. And then we thrust our way on that recovery thrust. So again, we have our 1, 2, 3 downward thrusts this time. And then our 1, 2, 3 kind of more upward cuts that time. And then recover it. Okay. It's really important that we cap the knife here on the pical grip, because on the forward grip, we have the advantage of speed. On the reverse grip, we lose a little bit of that speed, but we gain an advantage of power here. And because we have that advantage of power, when we're coming down on that thrusts, this thumb right here capping the knife is what's going to help to secure the knife in your grip. It's going to keep the knife in the hand and prevent, for some reason, the knife stopping, but your momentum, your inertia keeps going, and then you end up sliding your fingers down your blade or anything like that, or your thumb or something, depending which way your blade is, if it's inside or outside. And that's why we cap the knife. So for today, in today's times, most pocket knives are not going to have a guard. They're going to look somewhat just like this. And you want to make sure you cap that knife in the reverse grip, however you hold it, blade edge on the inside or outside, to keep that knife secured in your grip. Okay. And now you can play around with that. Just go 1, 2, 3, and then your cuts. Okay, and then you can also play around with that forward grip. 1, 2, 3 on your cuts, and then work your thrusts right there. So that's our basic knife drill for our introductory to Kali series, celebrating over 200,000 subscribers on this little mini series. Be sure to check out the playlist to this series so you do not miss any of the previous videos, but then you can come back and revisit all of these lessons anytime you'd like a refresher on some of these basic drills and handling skills on the different weapon categories of Kali. All right, my friend, thanks so much for training with me. As always, if you want to continue your training with me, head over to KaliCenter.com. Got a whole bunch of great training courses, my DVD downloads. Usually I got a good deal going on. If you click that first link in the description, I'll take you over to KaliCenter.com, and you can check out any of the great deals that we may have going on right now on our training courses, on our DVD downloads, or even if you want to become a member to our online school. All right, get out there, go practice, have fun, and I'll catch you back here next time.